Welcome to another week of A Friendly Nudge. So this week we're going to do green beans with shallots and ginger, a little bit of olive oil. And, I love green beans. My wife, she's okay with green beans, but that's a big bag of green beans. So long before we get to the end of the green beans, she's usually okay, I've had it with green beans. So I found out that if I add different things to it to kind of elevate the flavor a little bit, she's more inclined to indulge me for an extra day or two of green beans. So this is going to come together super easy. I think you're going to like the variation. So, I've got about a thumb-sized piece of ginger and 2 shallots. Now, I use the edge of a spoon to get the skin off of the ginger. And then I just cut it up as fine as I can and dice it. And, you can grate ginger. There's other things where I've seen where you can pound it using some plastic wrap. I just go ahead and just, use a knife and just cut it up real fine. And then with the shallots, I'm just going to cut those real fine. I'm not going to dice them. And then so there's the finished product. It's a pretty healthy amount of both. I've got the water boiling. I want to add a couple of giant pinches of salt because you want the water salty whenever you're cooking vegetables, so it gets some of the salt into the vegetable. So I'm just going to let these cook for about 5 minutes. And then I'm going to drain them, and then I'm going to put them on a sheet tray with the towel on it just to where that I've dried them a little bit. So that way, then whenever I put them into saute, I'm not putting a whole bunch of extra water in with them. So I just put a good glug of olive oil, getting the shallots in, and the skillet's hot and the oil's hot. It's not screaming hot. But, we're going to let I'm going to get those to where I'm starting to, cook them just a little bit. And then I'm going to add the green beans in. So this whole thing just takes just a couple of minutes. I'm going to add some salt, and then I'm going to get this good and stirred in. And then I'll add the green beans in. And, you can saute them for just a few minutes. I could have used a bigger pot, but this is about the biggest skillet that I have. So I'm just going to get, everything kind of coated in there. And then I'm going to put it into a larger serving bowl because otherwise all of the good stuff ends up on the bottom. Adding a little bit of cracked pepper. And these things were absolutely delicious. I hope you will give them a try. Have a wonderful week and play with your food.